The secret of success is to do the common things uncommonly well. Own nothing, control everything. Don't be afraid to give up the good to go for the great. I would rather earn 1% off 100 people's efforts than 100% of my own efforts. Charity is injurious unless it helps the recipient to become independent of it. I always try to turn every disaster into an opportunity. A friendship founded on business is better than a business founded on friendship. I can think of nothing less pleasurable than a life devoted to pleasure. Every right implies a responsibility, every opportunity, an obligation, every possession, a duty. Good leadership consists of showing average people how to do the work of superior people. I have ways of making money that you know nothing of. If your only goal is to become rich, you will never achieve it. The only question with wealth is, what do you do with it? I believe the power to make money is a gift of God. The major fortunes in America have been made in land. God gave me my money. When prohibition was introduced, I hoped that it would be widely supported by public opinion, and the day would soon come when the evil effects of alcohol would be recognized. I have slowly and reluctantly come to believe that this has not been the result. Instead, drinking has generally increased. The speakeasy has replaced the saloon. A vast army of lawbreakers has appeared. Many of our best citizens have openly ignored prohibition. Respect for the law has been greatly lessened, and crime has increased to a level never seen before. I never would have been able to tithe the first $1 million I ever made if I had not tithed my first salary, which was $1.50 per week. Success comes from keeping the ears open and the mouth closed. I would rather hire a man with enthusiasm than a man who knows everything. If you want to succeed, you should strike out on new paths, rather than travel the worn paths of accepted success. Singleness of purpose is one of the chief essentials for success in life, no matter what may be one's aim. The way to make money is to buy when blood is running in the streets. Giving is the secret to a healthy life. Not necessarily money, but whatever a person has to give of encouragement, sympathy, and understanding. I believe in the dignity of labor, whether with head or hand, that the world owes no man a living, but that it owes every man an opportunity to make a living. The man who starts out simply with the idea of getting rich won't succeed. You must have a larger ambition. And we are never too old to study the Bible. Each time the lessons are studied comes some new meaning, some new thought, which will make us better. The ability to deal with people is as purchasable a commodity as sugar or coffee, and I will pay more for that ability than for any other under the sun. Never think you need to apologize for asking someone to give to a worthy cause, any more than as though you were giving him or her an opportunity to participate in a high-grade investment. The duty of giving is as much his or hers as is the duty of asking yours. How much money does it take to make a man happy? Just $1 more. I do not think that there is any other quality so essential to success of any kind as the quality of perseverance. It overcomes almost everything, even nature. Never lose interest in life and the world. Never allow yourself to become annoyed. The man will be most successful who confers the greatest service on the world. There is no feeling in this world to be compared with self-reliance. Do not sacrifice that to anything else. Giving should be entered into in just the same way as investing. Giving is investing. I had no ambition to make a fortune. Mere money-making has never been my goal. I had an ambition to build. Do not many of us who fail to achieve big things fail because we lack concentration? The art of concentrating the mind on the thing to be done at the proper time and to the exclusion of everything else? I don't want a nation of thinkers. I want a nation of workers. Oh, how blessed young men are who have to struggle for a foundation and beginning in life. Who is the poorest man in the world? I tell you, the poorest man I know of is the man who has nothing but money. Our cup will truly run over only after we have sealed the character cracks. I never placed my head upon the pillow at night without reminding myself that my success might only be temporary. Save when you can, and not when you have to. Competition is a sin. I have no use for men who fail. The cause of their failure is no business of mine, but I want successful men as my associates. I believe it is a religious duty to get all the money you can fairly and honestly, to keep all you can, and to give away all you can. The most important thing for a young man is to establish a credit, a reputation, character. Character, not wealth, power, or position, is the supreme word. The common denominator for success is work. I have made many millions, but they have brought me no happiness. It is very important to remember what other people tell you, not so much what you yourself already know. To think, all that power and he wasn't even rich. I know of nothing more despicable and pathetic than a man who devotes all the hours of the waking day to the making of money for money's sake. Probably the greatest single obstacle to the progress and happiness of the American people lies in the willingness of so many men to invest their time and money in multiplying competitive industries instead of opening up new fields and putting their money into lines of industry and development that are needed. I raised my prices since there wasn't any competition. It was just the smart thing to do. Why would I keep my prices up if there wasn't anyone to beat? A friendship built on business can be glorious, while a business built on friendship can be murder. Get rich by taking something common and making it uncommon. The success of each is dependent upon the success of the other. After it is all over, the religion of man is his most important possession. Think of giving not only as a duty, but as a privilege. My mother was given to a typical question. We have always done this. Why should we do anything else? But my wife's typical question was, we have always done this. Why don't we do it another way, or better still, why not do something else? The secret of success is to get up early, work late, and strike oil. Oftentimes, the most difficult competition comes, not from the strong, the intelligent, the conservative competitor, but from the man who is holding on by the eyelids and is ignorant of his costs. And anyway, he's got to keep running or bust. Be sure that you are not deceiving yourself at any time about actual conditions. The person with big talk and big dreams is more powerful than one with all the facts. I believe that the law was made for man and not man for the law, that government is the servant of the people and not their master. It has always been my rule in business to make everything count. Don't blame the marketing department. The buck stops with the chief executive. I believe that thrift is essential to well-ordered living. There is nothing in this world that can compare with the Christian fellowship, nothing that can satisfy but Christ. If your only goal is to become rich, you will never achieve it. Do you know the only thing that gives me pleasure? It's to see my dividends coming in. The person who starts out simply with the idea of getting rich won't succeed. You must have a larger ambition. There is no mystery in business success. If you do each day's task successfully and stay faithfully within these natural operations of commercial laws which I talk so much about, and keep your head clear, you will come out all right. A man has no right to occupy another man's time unnecessarily. The only question with wealth is, what do you do with it? I think it is a man's duty to make all the money he can, keep all that he can, and give away all that he can. The major fortunes in America have been made in land. A man's wealth must be determined by the relation of his desires and expenditures to his income. If he feels rich on $10 and has everything else he desires, he really is rich. The day of combination is here to stay. Individualism has gone, never to return. Taxation has its limitations as a method of achieving better economic distribution, since for this purpose, it is essentially remedial. We must also take a positive approach by finding new ways to spread ownership of future capital growth more broadly in our society. Singleness of purpose is essential for success in life. It is wrong to assume that men of immense wealth are always happy. The best business in the world is a well-run oil company. The second best business in the world is a badly run oil company. I have been fortunate enough to have lived for many years in a city where property values have gone up almost every year, and I have benefited tremendously. So too have the banks, the developers, the builders, the architects. Failure is the opportunity to begin again more intelligently. To be a winner, you have to work for a purpose, aim to help the world grow, and care about the betterment of society. If these words inspired you or helped you find a new perspective on life, hit the like button and subscribe to the channel to discover more wisdom and motivation. Let's grow together, reaching inner harmony and strength. See you next time.